So, can you learn to be an optimist? And should we bother trying if we could? Well, the answer probably is yes. For one reason, optimists tend to have better health. They cope better and they succeed more. And while we can't dramatically change our personality, what we can do is tune into the thinking habits of optimists and turn these into exercises that we can practice. For example, optimists tend to be biased in their perception. They more readily remember the things that go well. We call this defensive optimism. And you can turn this into an exercise by actively logging in your diary or on your phone 2 or 3 things that have gone well each week. It might be the positive feedback from a colleague, or it might be the help you offered a friend that paid dividends. But if you can practice logging and reflecting, that will elevate mood. Now, optimists don't always succeed. Sometimes their best efforts are met with disappointment or even failure. But what they're very good at doing is looking at 1 or 2 changes they could make the next time they face a similar challenge. And they go forward with these. I call this second wave coping. They also tend to look at experiences associated with anxiety or disappointment, and they imagine how much worse that situation could have got than it actually did get. This is called a catastrophizing fantasy, and it's effective in lowering anxiety. Now, optimists and those who are creative, they more readily embrace change, and it's important we all do this if we're to grow. So there are a couple of points. 1, our bodies have changed little since our evolutionary past, when change was often associated with a real threat. We call this anticipatory anxiety. So recognize that some change is inevitable, some anxiety is inevitable. The second point is that if you are to grow, then you've got to be willing to move out of your comfort zone. This means uncertainty, feeling vulnerable, some doubt is inevitable. Except that making mistakes, even failing, are inevitable. They're all part of the growth journey. They're growth pains. Don't give yourself a hard time when you make these mistakes. Be more forgiving, and that will enable you to put the focus back onto the task, and that will make success more likely.